What are the different bidding methods when it comes to tax lien certificates? What a great question. Okay, there are so many different ways to bid on the property, but let's back up. In this video, I will show you the way to guarantee that you get the property every single time. So stick around for that. This is going to be a great video. Okay, now, as you know, the algorithm gods are watching. They're watching, okay? You know what they're watching? They're watching to see if you see hit the subscribe, thumbs up. This is how we keep this content going, and I can't thank you enough for all the comments and conversations we've had, because that's what drives the channel. Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about the bidding methods. So before we get into the bidding methods, understand there are so many different facets when it comes to talking about bidding and it comes to tax liens and tax deeds. These are radical differences in these two. Okay, and then there's 4 or 5 within the bid, and there's 4 or 5 within the tax lien. So let's talk about the differentiation between the two. Okay, say that fast 10 times. Okay, number 1, a tax lien certificate is the position that the county said they haven't been paying their taxes, we're bringing it to sale. Typically, they've been delinquent a minimum of 1 year. They have to be delinquent 1 year. It could be 2 years, but 1 year. Use that for example. Once it becomes delinquent for 1 year, the county can offer those up to the public. That's me and you. Okay, and this is what the great thing about this is. It has to be offered up individually. In other words, the county can't say, hey, we've got $11 million in delinquent property taxes. Who wants them? And we'll pay you 18%. Individually, each property has to go up. Why is that so important? Because that way, some of the big boys out there, the banks, the insurance companies, the hedge funds can't go in there and just gobble these up. They got to stand in line with you and me, and they don't like doing that, so this gives it to us, okay? So they have to be offered up individually. Now, let's just start with tax lien certificates. Let's say I've done all my research, okay? I've narrowed down my 663 method. 6 lien states, 6 deed states, and 3 counties within those. So I've got 36 counties of information coming. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make so much money, that's great. Oh wait, I've got this property, what happens here? So one of the first things you want to look at a county is, how is their bidding method set up? Let's use something simple. Let's say it is Florida, and they say, hey, we're going to have it at 18%, and who's ever willing to accept the lowest interest rate becomes a successful bidder. So the offer on this property is, say, $1,000 at 18%. I'll take it for 18%. Somebody says, I'll take it for 17, 16, 15, 14, sold. Okay, so that $1,000 tax lien certificate, that $500 tax, whatever that is, okay, that property owner still has to pay the full amount of 18% to the county. Okay, that doesn't, you can't go in there and bid down your own interest rate on your own property. But I, as the winning bidder on that, in that scenario, would have got my $1,000 plus the 15%. Now, in some scenarios, again, this is what makes it so cool. I was talking about Florida, so let's bring it up. In Florida, if I were to win at 0% interest, what crazy thing am I drinking that wants me to get 0%? Understanding the nuances of that county. I've got so many videos on the different counties of that. In that particular one, if you didn't understand the rules, you wouldn't understand that that investor is getting a flat 5%. That goes back to knowing the rules. So that's one type of bidding. Okay, you go to Colorado. They say, oh, this is how it's going to work. We're going to offer a flat 9% plus whatever the Fed rate was on September 1st of last year. What? There doesn't need to be a full moon. You don't need to do a Vulcan squeeze or anything like that. It's just simple. What's the Fed rate on September 1st of last year? Add that to 9%. That will be your prevailing rate. But the difference is I'm not bidding on the interest rate. That's stable. The interest rate is paid on how much is owed in taxes. Let's use that $1,000. So if there's $1,000 owed in taxes, I'm bidding on a premium bidding. So I say I'll take it for $1,000. Somebody says $1,005. Let's say they win at $1,005. They only are paid interest on the $1,000 dollars, not the $1,005. That effectively is lowering their yields. In some instances, they won't even get paid the $5 back. Okay, so you don't want to go crazy and start bidding up like up to $1 million on that. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. So you need to be cognizant of what you're doing. How do the rules work? Okay, do I get some of that money back? Am I only getting paid here? I'll give you an example. Maryland, perfect example. Okay, in Maryland, it's a 6-month redemption period, and the interest rate is anywhere between 18 to 24%. Well, what is it? Is it 18 or is it 24? Well, I don't know. The county determines that. So like in PG County, Prince George's County, I was there one time, and okay, it's 18% and it's a premium bidding. So you get paid 18% on the dollar amount on taxes. I go to the sale and these guys are bidding them up to 100,000, 50,000. I'm like, what are they doing? And then once I dug into the rules of this deal, I realized the property owner is only responsible for the dollar amount that they owe in taxes plus the 18%. So why were they bidding up to $50,000? The bidder was only responsible for the $1,000 plus and they got the 18%. If they foreclosed on the property, they'd have to come in with the premium. Again, but isn't that the security? They knew that most of these people were going to come in and redeem because they're going to be losing their property in 6 months, and they were playing the odds. Again, this is the beautiful thing on this. Once I figured that out, I realized what they're doing. They kind of were eliminating everybody's competition. And then it was just the three of us bidding on properties. We're having a field day on this. So again, knowing that's just 3 places. So there's bidding down to 0. Oh, rotational bidding. Okay, so they'll sit there and say, okay, who got here first? Who signed up? Okay, you did. Which one? Do you want one? You don't want one? Okay, do you want one? No, you don't want one. So they'll go through the whole list on one lien. They'll say, this is the lien for sale. Do you want it? Nope. Do you want it? Nope. Do you want it? Okay, then you get it. 12%. Like Wyoming does rotation, 12% with a flat percent 5 penalty, blah, blah, blah. That's the bidding. Well, what happened to this guy? Doesn't it? He goes to the next guy, this guy. This guy doesn't get another opportunity. He comes back, and hopefully the one that comes up when he's ready to make it happen. You think, well, that's not fair. Now I got to sit there all day. Here's the cool part about that. The longer you sit there, the less people there are. So again, they all have these weird things that are happening. That's called rotational bidding. So that's kind of the tax lien side. If I'm going to the tax deed side, that means I'm owning the property. So very straight premium bidding. Back taxes owed on this property. Remember, they've been delinquent 4 or 5 years on this. And we went $10,000. Okay, I'll take it for $10,000. Somebody says, no, you don't. I'll take it for $11,000, $12,000, $15,000. Who's ever willing to accept the highest bid on that or pay the highest bid on that becomes a successful bidder. Okay, you own that property right then and there. All you have to do is clear the title. I'm not going to get into that in this video. There's other videos on it. That's called a premium bidding on the tax deed side. Okay, some places out there is a premium bidding of the value of the property or the how much you owe on the percentage of ownership. So you'll go in there and say $10,000 on the property. I want 100% owner. I want, who's ever willing to accept the least amount of ownership, which is kind of goofy because now you're splitting ownership with the former owner of the property. But that's the way it is. Okay. Other ones, they'll sit there and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. They owe $50,000 in back taxes. Whatever you pay, you're going to get, but there's going to be a redemption period on it. What? Wait, what? Oh, yeah. So when you become the winning bidder, you may have to wait 6 months, 1 year, maybe even 2 years in order to get either your money back or possession of the property. But in almost all of those scenarios, it's going to be a penalty. For instance, in Georgia, it is a 1-year redemption period with a 20% penalty. So when I bid it up to $50,000, that person has got 1 year, 364 days to pay plus 20%. On the 366th day, immediately I can start going into foreclosure. If they redeem during the foreclosure, it becomes 30% and it's a penalty, not an annualized rate of return. In some instances, not in Georgia, I'll even have possession of that property during the redemption period, okay? There's a lot going on here, and I'm barely scratching the surface. Those are some of the tax deeds out there. This is crucial. This is so important, and this is how you're going to make money. If you want to get a property each and every single time, if you want to own a property free and clear every single time, you need to go to the tax deed states out there, okay? You're going to own the property every single time you know it if you're a successful bidder. Now, there's so many moving parts going on in this, and I know that it can get confusing. Because of that, guess what? I've got some free training. My gift for you for just for watching this. All you have to do is click the link down below, higginsmethod.com. Go in there. I'll get you some free training. We'll see you in the winner's circle. God bless and good luck.